Welcome to the African Taco Podcast. You are here with your favorite host, Fifi Baden and
Emmanuel Nana Aiken.
Nana. How are you doing, my man?
I'm doing good.
Everything
Long
good?
time no see. Long
I
time no
know,
see.
long time no
Long
see.
time no see. We're super excited for this segment today because we believe we have a meaty subject to talk about. Some of the topics that we're going to be discussing, obviously, it will really ring a bell for you, all our viewers and all our listeners. It will ring a bell for you. Some of you might be jumping at the edge of your seat. Some of you might be relaxed. So let's get into it, Fifi. Let's get into it.
Awesome, Nana. So we are gonna get into our next segment, which is titled "Tackle Them." So "Tackle Them" is a segment where we'll be talking about issues that we see with U.S. soccer. And our first topic for "Tackle Them" is gonna be the pay-to-play model. Nana, what do
Ooh.
you think about the pay-to-play
Ooh.
model in
Ooh.
U.S. soccer?
Well, I've got problems with it. And there are some, but there's, although I humbly and respectfully agree to the reasons why there is a need for financial resources in order for kids to play. They need to pay. I don't believe that um, people or kids, especially kids, need to pay to play a sport. If there's a way, which I think there is a way, there's always a way. If there's a way we could all put our heads together and help bring the cost down or no cost at all, that would be my position. I think the pay to play model is an issue because when you get into a situation where someone has to give you money to play before they can play a sport, number one, it creates division and it alienates some of the community members, right? In the sense that it becomes an elitist thing where people that have resources will tend to have the upper hand in terms of playing at the most competitive level because they need to be able to afford what the demands are in order for them to get all the resources like the backpacks, the uniforms, the league fees. Um, so yeah, we can get more into it, but that's just my personal position. Is I would love to see it not be pay to play because it dwindles the level of competition as well.
Right.
If we have to pay to play, we also know honestly that some of the best players don't come from a lot of means. And this is where you see the hunger. You know, a player that has something to prove, that has something to play for, has more desire and more hunger. I'm not saying that someone that comes from a well-to-do means does not have the hunger, but it's evidence that people that have struggled tend to have the biggest desire and the biggest hunger to fight and to succeed. So, um, yeah, that's my personal position. Yeah.
Nice, nice. That's really good. That's a really good perspective, Nana. I think I do agree with you in some regard. Um, I think every time you have to pay to play a sport,
Yeah.
it kind of changes the dynamic a little bit. And if we can kind of tie it into our background,
Yeah.
how we grew up, growing up in Ghana, we did not pay to play,
Right.
right? Everywhere, every street corner, everybody's playing the sport.
Yeah.
They love it. That's their passion. They enjoy playing the sport. And I believe every time you have to pay for it, now you take away the enjoyment because now parents got to be thinking about how am I gonna be able to afford this?
Yeah.
And just like you said, it's gonna be an elitist thing where those that can afford it will have easy access to it.
Yeah.
Um, it's also kind of interesting because there are so many things that cost money. You know, you have to pay coaches, you have to pay for the field. How do you see us solving this issue if the parents are not paying for anything?
I I I think I think there's always ways like you said, like I completely understand that the culture we grew up in, because let's also face it, there's a cultural context to sports, right? The culture we came from is our parents didn't even pay a cent for our the match day kits.
Right.
our training kits, the football, soccer balls we used, the shoes, the boots we wore to train. Our parents didn't even buy them. Our coaches were buying these for us, and then fans of the clubs we played for were the ones who were paying for these for
Right.
us. And even sometimes I remember as a kid, during games, someone would tell me, like a fan would tell me, "Hey, if you score before the game, if you score today, I'll give you like I don't know $100 or $20 or whatever, right?" So
Right.
you already got promises before the game, and so this gives you an incentive to even push yourself further, right? It was free. Our parents didn't have to suffer from their pockets because, quite frankly, our parents could not have afforded.
Right.
If you know, so the local coach who, from the goodness of their heart, was trying to develop talent found ways and means by reaching out to local businesses to get some kind of sponsorship,
Right.
or knew somebody that has some resources, and then shared his or her vision with this person, and then this person obviously was able to invest in the club because of
Right.
the kids, not because this person wants the kids to become professionals and then they get something out of it. No, they did it willingly and genuinely from their heart. So
Right.
I think in a country such as America, which is again the topic is here, so let me
Right.
try and bring it home. How do we achieve that? I think it's achievable. Why? Why? Because number one, this country has you have all the financial resources,
Right.
right? Look at the amount of money that is spent to help other countries.
Right.
Look at the amount of money that is spent for the defense of this nation, for the military, right? Look at the amount of money that is sent to other countries to go support them.
Right.
Meanwhile, kids have to pay for to play a sport.
Right.
And through sports, obviously, we all know playing sports is healthy. Sports in general, not just soccer, sports in general is so healthy for a community because then it gives the kids a healthy environment for them to put their energy and to channel their God given like talents to a way to explore themselves and to be productive. And eventually, through playing sports, they acquired all these character building life skills that help them become respectful and respected members of society. So I believe there is a way the government should get involved, and it starts with the U.S. Soccer Federation because the U.S. Soccer Federation obviously oversees
Right.
soccer in this
Right.
country. So, uh, I believe they can play a crucial role in setting a standard or requiring from the government some kind of financial backing that can go into all the communities that are involved with soccer, right? Again, we're talking about soccer, but I would like to see this in all sports,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
We would love to
Absolutely.
see this in all sports, so that it becomes a thing where, uh, my son is going to soccer practice, and their league is about to start. I have light bills to pay, I have water bills to pay. I wonder how I'm going to come up with $2,000 for this season. It shouldn't be that way because I'm paying taxes.
Right. Right.
I'm paying taxes. So instead of my money, again, I'm not trying to make this a political issue, but instead of my money going somewhere else to go fight a battle, I would love for that money, that taxes that I'm paying, to go to these local sports teams to support the kids. Because if we build a healthy environment for the kids to grow up, it will transcend from what is happening in this nation to other places around the planet, and we might not even have wars to fight, where the resources that can be kept to invest in our youth
Right.
and the children can then be could not be go overseas or go elsewhere to go fight. Because how many people also, like, even on our own streets, so I say the pay to play model needs to change because there's so many things that is wrong about it. We talked about it, right? There's just so many things that is wrong about it. Is it just divides the community? Because if you're telling me, okay, you guys have to pay and Johnny can pay but I cannot pay, you already divided the community.
Right.
You already,
Right.
by virtue of what you're saying, you're creating a division. And sports is supposed to be inclusive,
Right.
right?
Right.
Sports unites people from all various backgrounds and
Right.
economic backgrounds. So
Right.
I think the government, the US government, should get involved or be connected, should have a conversation with the soccer federation and pour some resources into the US Soccer Federation, and the US Soccer Federation should channel that down into the communities, because these are the kids, these youth players that are starting off from recreational. and then get into club competitive, these are the same kids that will funnel, that will fuel your national
Right.
team. So why not invest in them from a younger age within the structure, right? Within
Right.
a structure. So
Absolutely.
I'd love to see your take. I have obviously I have a lot to say about
That's
this, but I'd love to hear your take.
yeah,
So
that's incredible. I mean, I think I share kind of the same, again, the same take as you. I think the government can do a good job getting involved. The U.S. Federation can, allocate some resources to help build the communities, to help institute sports in all communities. So every person, every kid will have the right or the privilege to be able to enjoy the sport that they are into. Um, Again, once money comes involved, it creates division, like Nana said. And sports is a way for to build a community. Kids learn so much through sports. They get healthy, running around, playing a sport, getting to know each other, learning from other people from different cultures. So it's honestly a way for them to build their character, build a lot of values that's gonna in the long run make them better citizens in their own community. So I think there needs to be a better way to allocate resources to help build a community.
yeah,
So,
Fifi, before you go to the next question, can I ask you a quick question?
yes,
And that is, when we say, I mean, we're on this topic of obviously the financial burden to families. Do you see any other problems in terms of like like even resources such as like fields?
right,
In order for, okay, let's say now we fix the situation with resources. Someone is volunteering their money and supporting a team. They don't have a field.
right,
So what are other things that you feel like is inhibiting uh, us or the general public
right.
in order to be able to really service these free opportunities for kids?
All right. Um, I think this a good question, and it's interesting because the culture we grew up in is totally different from here. Here you run into issues like being sued and people getting injured, and so I see why a lot of the fields here they require permits. Back home, you can go anywhere and just play. Nobody will ask you where's your permit, why are you here, why there's free access to a lot of these things. One of the things that I think they can do to help with the field issue is one, the city can allocate some, a portion of the land to be able to use for sports activities. And two, whether they want to bring in insurance or things like that, maybe individually it's used at your own cost, right? Because in Ghana, if you use that field and you get injured, there's nothing to sue. There's nobody to sue. So that I feel like that kind of brings a little bit of the issue with, field space because now it's privatized and people want to make money. And so it doesn't make it free anymore. On that note, I just want to share a quick thing that Zlatan Ibrahimovic shared regarding the pay to play model for all our new listeners or those that don't know who Zlatan Ibrahimovic is. He's a huge soccer icon in the game. He played for Inter Milan, AC Milan, played for Barcelona. He ended up playing for the LA Galaxy and eventually went back to AC Milan to play there. But Zlatan, during his time here with
In the
LA
MLS.
Galaxy in the MLS,
Yeah.
they asked him the same question. And here is Zlatan's response to that. Zlatan said, "Sports in the US are too expensive. My children play in a good team and I pay 3,500 per child. I don't like that because not everybody has the money and sports should be for everyone because it unites people regardless of their origins." What is your take on this briefly?
I 100% agree, Fifi. I 100% agree because some of the people I've met in my life to this day that I call good friends, I met them because of sports. You're right here. I,
Absolutely.
I've known you since I was 7, 8 years old, and we've played for teams together. Played against each other as well. And I'm doing live with you still in it.
Yeah.
And there are other friends we have that are still in our lives that
Right.
we've known for many, many years, right? Decades, because of soccer. If it wasn't for soccer, it wasn't for the interest, mutual interest we had in that ball,
Right.
we would probably never have met each other. We would never have crossed paths. So they say the soccer has the power to even stop wars, right? Because I believe during World War I or during World War II, one of those wars, World War I believe, even the enemies stopped for a second, and then they all enjoyed some footy. They enjoyed some
I
footy,
think I
right?
heard
I'm a
that story
historian. I
before.
studied history, so everything. The enemies on both sides stopped a ceasefire for a moment and then enjoy some footy. Then they went back to do their gunning, right? We would have loved for them to end it right there, but again, what Ibrahimovic is saying is 100%. 100%. I agree with him because, again, for the obvious reasons that we've talked about, right? We miss so many people in life because of sport from various backgrounds, right? Even kids that come from like so much affluence, and as a result, their background and our background should keep us at bay. But because of that round object, we get to meet and mingle
Yep.
and share experiences and just be humans and mingle with each other. Because that's being human. It's just being able to just be in the company of other human beings.
Right.
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 So I 100% agree with him. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too costly. It's too costly. $3,500.
But you know the interesting thing though, Nana? If Zlatan, with all that money he's made, is
He's
complaining,
complaining.
how much more the average American who is literally scraping by to put food on the table for their kids? How are they gonna come up with 2,000, 3,500 just for one kid?
That's
Some of
insane.
these families they do have like 3 or 4 kids.
Yeah, that's insane.
With the drive, with everything.
Yeah, that's insane.
And so if Zlatan is complaining, that should sink in for all our listeners.
Yeah,
If Zlatan with all that money is complaining, that means there's a problem
yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
And how can, as a society, how can we work together to be able to address this issue? Your final thoughts here, Nana. So let's say I'm a parent.
Yeah,
My kid just started getting interested in soccer.
yeah.
I really don't have that much money to support them. What would be your advice, and how can they get proper training in this environment that we are in today?
You're a parent and your kid is starting soccer,
Yes.
but they don't have the money.
I don't have the means. I looked at, they went for tryout. They liked my kid, but then they said I have to pay 3,500. That's per season, including uniforms and everything.
Yeah.
What would be your advice in this situation? What should I do?
For what I know, well, I would definitely not want money, and you know me. If yeah, my personal response, I would personally want to do something about it. Personally, I would like to find the means to help the child, because I don't want money. I never ever want money to be um, the obstacle by which a kid isn't able to participate or enjoy explore soccer, the sport of soccer, or any sport at all. So if I personally am in a position, and even if I'm not in the position, I will go make some calls to help that child. But generally speaking,
Right.
the advice I would give the parent is, um, speak with the club. Speak with the club. Let them understand where your financial situation is at. Is there opportunities like for scholarships? Because you know, I believe I believe that the opportunities should be clubs should make opportunities available to families who cannot afford it again, to try
Right.
and bridge the gap, because this is supposed to unite, not divide.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And by having the money be the obstacle from the start, it already put that parent that family in an awkward situation, because not everybody is brave enough to come and say we need the money. Some
Right.
some families will be like, oh, we have something come up, so this season he's not even going to be able to play. But the real reason is because they don't have the resources,
true.
and they are embarrassed asking for help. So I'll say, just be bold and approach the club, as and clubs also should make it themselves available, make it an easy access for families who can afford it to be able to to seek resources within the club to be able to ask for that help, right? And of course, I also believe um, the parents should have some kind of a hand in exchanging some kind of assistance, right? If the club is doing fundraiser and you're the one receiving funds, then try just take part in it. Just help the situation help you, right? Because I don't believe, as much as I believe in people people getting opportunities and being given opportunities, I also believe that they have to assist in how that opportunity is given or is earned, right? If you give me $200 every month and I have to do nothing about it, mostly I will squander it. I will not see the value of it.
Right.
But if I'm taking part and I'm helping out with how that $200 is earned, I'm gonna use it wisely. I'm gonna be proud of it. I'm not gonna be like I'm not gonna feel guilty or guilty or feel like indebted to you because you're helping me with free money. Because if I'm playing a part, then there's a pride that I feel when I see you. I'm proud of the work that I did to earn that money. So opportunity should definitely be provided for kids, and clubs should be able to, you know, even maybe within your teams, within teams that the kid is on, the family should be able to, you know, if it's okay, maybe be able to be transparent. Okay, hey, listen, we need some help, and it doesn't have to. You don't have to tell them your whole financial history, but hey, we need some help. We're a team. The kid is as valuable as all the kids that are paying. So how can we help? Because today, my family might be the one that need the financial assistance, but maybe tomorrow you don't know. If you have all the money in the world, something could happen and you might lose your money, and your child might be in that situation. So as a team, how can we, you know, provide access to kids through scholarships, through fundraiser, and but we don't have to come to this point if the government in the U.S. Soccer Federation create some kind of a structure with resources that trickles down to every club to kind of and help provide these opportunities for every kid, so parents don't have to be in the position to suffer financially, or for their kids not to be able to play because they don't have the money. Yeah, if we did if the US Soccer put the money in it to help to subsidize, then we don't have to even have this conversation. So
Yeah, thank you for sharing your final thoughts, Nana.
yeah.
I think with me, the last thing I would say, if you're a parent, you're in this situation, you don't have the means, your child wants to play the sport, any sport, it doesn't have to be soccer, any sport. The first thing I would say you need to do is to talk to your coach, let them know exactly your financial situation is, and also what you're able to afford. The coach will then go to the club, and hopefully, I believe most clubs now do have some scholarship in place to support people that need them. So hopefully the club will be able to provide some scholarship to cover that. And I actually believe that some clubs should figure a way to create some job avenue where the parents can earn that money to support their child. For example, you can have those parents be team managers, because the team manager's job is actually a lot. They do a lot, just dealing with parents, making sure all the logistics are being taken care of so the coach can coach. All of this requires time, and so maybe those are positions where you give to those that need the scholarship that they can take.
Excuse me.
And another thing that I would suggest is have a big fundraiser every year, and the motive behind it is to generate enough resources or money in the bank to support people that need them. And this fundraiser should be like club wide, everybody, all hands on deck. This is our goal to hit every year, and that's like right at the beginning of the season. So anybody that needs the help, we can allocate some of the funds for them. So with that said, thank you all so much for tuning in, listening in. Again, this is the African and Taco podcast. And we look forward to seeing you in our next episode.
Don't forget to subscribe, to like, to comment, your views on what you've heard, and please share this to your friends. And we look forward to the next episode, as Fifi said. Thank you so much.
Thank you.